Salut, c'est Waz Marion, j'espère que tu vas bien. Je te retrouve aujourd'hui avec une vidéo, une interview en anglais d'une personne qui s'appelle Branden Collinsworth. C'est pour ça que je te fais cette petite introduction en français en amont, parce que si tu ne parles pas anglais, tu ne comprendras pas la suite de la vidéo, car je ne vais pas faire la traduction. Ça me prendrait vraiment beaucoup trop de temps, j'aurais aimé, mais pour le moment je ne le fais pas. Peut-être que par la suite je prendrai le temps de me faire les sous-titres. Alors, qui est Branden Collinsworth? C'est difficile de le résumer rapidement, mais c'est un sportif, un coach sportif américain qui a grandi dans des quartiers difficiles de Las Vegas. Et au-delà du coach sportif, c'est vraiment devenu aussi une personnalité très inspirante et qui va bien au-delà en fait du coaching sportif. En fait, Branden, il a un parcours vraiment intéressant. Donc, comme je disais, il a grandi dans des quartiers difficiles. Il a eu une enfance compliquée. Il aurait pu, comme la majorité de ses amis d'enfance, mal tourner. D'ailleurs, il a eu des périodes compliquées dans sa vie. Et c'est quelqu'un qui est vraiment un battant. Il s'est battu. Il a obtenu, au début des années 2000, un master en psychologie positive. Alors que voilà, il revenait de loin. Il avait abandonné le lycée, etc. Et puis petit à petit, il a toujours fait du sport et petit à petit, il a réussi à intégrer Nike comme coach pour Nike en fait. Ça a été pareil, ça a été tout un process, ça s'est pas fait comme ça en quelques mois. Je crois que ça lui a pris 8 ans d'intégrer Nike. Il a aussi ouvert plusieurs clubs de sport à Las Vegas. Et je crois il y a 2 ou 3 ans, il a eu un peu un déclic de se dire qu'en fait sa vie n'était plus complètement alignée avec qui il était. Et il a décidé de partir voyager. Et il a rencontré beaucoup de maîtres spirituels. Il y a eu beaucoup de choses sur son parcours. Il a passé du temps au Pérou, à Bali. Il a découvert le yoga qu'il a intégré maintenant dans ses coachings. Donc c'est quelqu'un qui pratique et qui connaît très bien aussi le yoga. Et au-delà de l'aspect sportif, du coup, c'est vraiment devenu quelqu'un de très inspirant, de très spirituel, de très tourné vers les autres et de très tourné vers l'amour. Et d'ailleurs, sa phrase sur son Instagram, c'est Love is my mission. Et j'ai repris aussi cette phrase-là parce qu'elle me parle beaucoup de moi dans ma mission, que l'amour, en fait, c'est ma mission. Et ma mission, c'est de diffuser de l'amour et des bonnes énergies au maximum autour de moi. Je l'ai tout particulièrement suivi Branden durant le confinement parce qu'il a mis en place un challenge durant le confinement qui s'appelait le Warrior 30 Challenge. Je te mettrai le lien de sa page Instagram, tu pourras retrouver du coup tout le challenge parce qu'il faisait des posts chaque jour lors du challenge. Et c'est un challenge qui s'articulait autour de 5 piliers, à savoir un mindset, donc un état d'esprit tourné vers la gratitude, le mouvement, donc faire du sport quotidiennement, la méditation, donc lui il avait mis méditer 20 minutes par jour. Après moi je trouve que tu médites 3, 4, 5, enfin voilà, j'aime pas trop dire il faut 20 minutes par jour, je trouve que c'est en fonction de la pratique de chacun et de comment tu le sens, mais en tout cas avoir un temps pour toi de méditation tous les jours. Ensuite, il y avait le 4e aspect, c'était le mentoring. Donc en fait, tous les jours, lors du challenge, Branden, il invitait des personnes sur sa page Instagram, des personnes inspirantes, que ce soit autour du coaching mental, autour du sport, autour de la nutrition, autour de l'art, autour de la spiritualité. Donc tous les jours, il y a des personnes qui sont venues parler comme ça, nous donner une petite, entre guillemets, une petite leçon, un petit apprentissage, diffuser en tout cas leur savoir. Et ça durait entre 3 et 10 minutes maximum la vidéo chaque jour. Donc j'ai découvert plein de personnes aussi très intéressantes grâce à ça. Et enfin le 5e aspect du challenge, et je dirais que c'est le plus important, et pour Branden c'est le plus important aussi, c'est ce qu'il appelle act of love, donc l'épreuve d'amour, des actes d'amour. Et tous les jours, en fait, essayer de donner de l'amour autour de soi, que ce soit, pendant le lockdown, c'est pas toujours évident, mais que ce soit physiquement, enfin voilà, diffuser de l'amour et des bonnes énergies, que ce soit en appelant quelqu'un, en envoyant un message à quelqu'un, ou alors aussi en diffusant son énergie, ses vibrations, par exemple via des vidéos, via des posts, voilà. Donc, toujours, en fait, essayer de rayonner au maximum. Ce challenge, il m'a vraiment beaucoup aidé pendant le confinement. Après, je referai une vidéo par la suite pour dire que moi, le confinement, il s'est passé des choses quand même assez difficiles pour moi. Et que finalement, je pense que j'ai un peu trop tiré sur la corde, mais ce n'est pas à cause de ce challenge en particulier. En tout cas, il m'a donné des objectifs et ça m'a quand même beaucoup tiré vers le haut. Et donc j'ai eu la chance en fait d'interviewer Branden pendant à peu près 45 minutes et c'était génial en fait de pouvoir échanger avec lui. C'est quelqu'un qui est extrêmement humble et qui est d'une très très grande générosité, qui m'a accordé 45 minutes de son temps et c'était magnifique. Vous allez voir la vidéo donc est en anglais, le son n'est pas parfait, mon anglais est loin d'être parfait. J'étais quand même en grosse sortie ou élargissement comme vous voulez de ma zone de confort, mais je suis vraiment contente et fière d'avoir pu échanger avec lui. C'était juste incroyable en fait de l'avoir en direct avec moi comme ça, c'était vraiment génial. Voilà, encore une fois, c'est quelqu'un de humble, de rayonnant, de lumineux, d'extrêmement bienveillant, de généreux et en même temps de très inspirant parce que on sait, enfin quand on comprend de où il vient et quand on voit là où il en est aujourd'hui, c'est vraiment quelqu'un d'inspirant. Et je pense à elle parce que j'ai regardé un reportage hier sur elle, c'est à Michelle Obama et je le mettrai un peu dans le même genre d'inspiration. Voilà, quelqu'un qui a un très fort leadership, une très belle aura et voilà, qui a un parcours de vie assez atypique. Et je ne suis pas sûre de pouvoir faire une interview avec Michelle Obama un jour, mais on ne sait jamais. Mais voilà, c'est ce type de personnalités très inspirantes et très charismatiques qui me font vibrer. Et voilà, donc j'espère que tu passeras un bon moment si tu parles anglais à regarder cette interview. Et je t'invite du coup à aller suivre Branden sur ses réseaux, sur Instagram. Là, c'est là où il est principalement actif sur sa page Instagram. Il publie vraiment des choses très sympas, très inspirantes et on apprend beaucoup de choses. Voilà, je te fais plein de bisous. Je te souhaite une belle interview. Ciao.
Hi, hello, Branden.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for accepting this opportunity, this interview with me. I'm really happy to be with you. I am currently in France, in lockdown. And I wanted to do an interview with you because during this lockdown, I decided to open my YouTube channel and to share a lot of things, a lot of love, and I have a very powerful message to share about self-acceptance and about emotion. And I met you recently, actually, like 2 months, no, before the lockdown, 3 months ago. And when the lockdown began and when you start the Warrior 30 Challenge, for me, it was like a very nice experience to do. And right now it's day 28. And yeah, and so I'm like, I need to do an interview with Branden because he's like now a part of my life because I'm following you every day. And I learned so much through you. And my intention is to share good vibration and inspiration, and you are such an inspiration for me. So that's why I wanted to share a little bit with you. So Branden, you are like I have my notebook with me because I'm not always sure in English, but I will try not to use it so much.
Your English is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Then you are like an activist. You are Nike Master Training. You are a yoga teacher, and you are the founder of the Warrior Retreat and also the creator of the Warrior 30 Challenge. I think we're gonna talk a little bit later about the Warrior 30 Challenge. But my first question is about your childhood, and I know that you grew up in Vegas, East Side, and it was not always easy for you. And when we saw you right now, it's like, oh, it's easy for him, it's easy. And it's not like that. So I would like you to talk a little bit about the importance of having a dream and having a vision and all that.
Absolutely. Well, where I grew up was super challenging. And at a young age, I had to learn how to survive because my family situation was super poor. We were in poverty.
Okay.
Our neighborhoods were infested with gangs and drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. And, you know, most people who grow up the way I grow up, or most men who come from where I come from, don't make it out.
Yeah.
But I learned at a very young age to dream big and go after my dreams with all of my might and my energy. And it took a long time, but eventually I was able to get out of the streets. Yeah, you know, growing up here in Las Vegas is crazy. Growing up here in Las Vegas, like, it's just, especially if you have no money, and especially if you're poor, especially like in America, like maybe in France, skin color doesn't matter as much. But out
Yeah.
here, being like a brown, black, like, you get stereotyped, you get put in these different categories. And if you're poor, young, black man, probably you're not going to make it out of the streets. And so my first 18 years were super challenging. It was super tough. And I had to fight a lot, like not only fight internally, but fight physically. I got a lot of broken bones from like fighting, and like, but that's kind of like the warrior's path, right? The warrior's path, you learn to grow through your challenges. But eventually, I think everybody has to make a choice. And my choice I made when I was 18 years old, I finally decided to choose to go after my dreams and goals. And, you know, it was really a powerful moment when I made the decision. I was sitting on the east side of Vegas at a bus stop, and I finally was just like, you know what? I'm going to change everything. And the next thing you know, well, it wasn't quickly, but eventually everything changed. I ended up, you know, going, as you said, to get my master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania, which people from where I come from don't get into this school. This school is super prestigious.
Wow.
So for me to be able to get there was like crazy, just to be there. And so many other things opened up, so many other avenues, so many other expressions, so much beauty opened up to me. But it was only because I had the courage to really go after my dreams and goals. And, you know, and now that I've done that, I just want to help other people do the same. I want to help other people unlock their highest expression and inevitably unlock all that they are. And that's kind of why I do what I do. That's why I'm so like passionate about my mission, because like I was told that I couldn't fly past the east side of Vegas. I was told I couldn't accomplish my dreams and my goals. I was told that I would never be able to like even make it to mediocre and great, but I've been able to make it to greatness, you know?
Yeah. I think you have like two options at this moment. It's like you give up, or just to fight and to go like 200% after your dream. And you're also talking a lot about a key, and I think it's really important to talk about it right now, is self-love, because I think that's what I read something. I would like to read it to you. Is it's believe in your dreams and they may come true. Believe in yourself and they will surely come true.
Ooh, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Fire.
And because I think most of the people, and I included myself into this, it was hard for me to love myself. And I think when you love yourself, it's everything is easier, you know. It's like it's not an option. You are not giving up yourself because you love yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those things that we're told in our society that we're not enough. We're told by our schools we're not smart enough. We're told by Hollywood that we're not pretty enough. We're told by our parents that we need to be better and we need to do more. And somehow the natural self-love, self-acceptance that should be in everyone becomes something that is hidden or elusive. And so on my path, one of the most important things I've learned, and just what you said, is once a person has that level of self-love and they see themselves in the proper light and they that, doors open up to magic.
And one of the Warrior 30 exercise was to, I think it was day 3 or 4, it was to write a love letter to yourself.
Yeah.
And it was very, I did that, and it was very, wow, it was very powerful, you know.
Yeah. Because self-love is it. Self-love unlocks us. And like once we
Yeah.
can get caught up in our own miraculousness, once we can stop looking outside ourselves for validation, once we can start to look inside and say, wow, I'm amazing. I
Mm.
love myself. I love my gifts. I love my flaws. I love my beauty. I love it all. All of a sudden it just opens up a very different reality than if we're like, I'm not enough. I don't like myself. I'm not good enough. You know, it's all mirrors. Reality is a mirror of what is going on within us. So when we are rooted in that space of self-love, everything really changes for the better.
Yeah, it's true. And also you're talking a lot about service, you know, the level of service. And I think, yeah, the importance is first to serve you, and then you can serve the other.
That's the key. And that's why
Yeah.
it's so important. It's like, you know, the way Warrior 30 is filled up, it's like fill your cup up first. But most importantly, the fifth silo is the act of love. So it's like meditate, move, mindset, learn, love yourself, and then share your love and watch how it comes back. And it becomes this beautiful cycle of just power and love.
And because you change a lot, I read a lot of things about your story, and I watch video, and I watch most of your life, I think, and and you said that like I think it's 3 years ago, or when you give up everything you had in Vegas,
Yeah.
all your possession, and you go travel, and you met yoga. And
Yeah.
can you just talk a little bit about this moment of your life? And because you were already successful, and
Yes.
you've decided to give up everything and to start all over again, and why?
It was once again, you know, our heart speaks to us. And you know, if growing up on the streets, my goal one day was to be successful. And then by 2015, I finally was successful, quote unquote, in society's eyes. But I wasn't really happy. I wasn't fulfilled. And I knew there was more out there. And so I started doing yoga in 2014 after a trip to Bali. And yoga started opening up more doors for me to go inside rather than outside. And in 2016, I realized that I had a lot to learn and I needed to experience the world. I needed to experience something new beyond my paradigm that I was currently in and allow for something more beautiful to, to flow in. And so I walked away from everything. 2016, I put everything into storage and I got on a plane, and 50 countries later, I found myself just learning from the masters of this world, from Peru to Bali to India to Africa. And it changed my life. It was the greatest decision I've ever made.
After this moment of your life, that's why you decided to create the Warrior Retreat. That's it.
The Warrior Retreats was actually interesting. So I didn't know my father until I was 27 years old. And I was in my 4th year of university, and I was in a class in Las Vegas. This was before I went and got my master's degree in psychology. And the professor was doing a documentary at a local school called Valley High School. And I remembered my mom told me she met my dad at Valley High School when I was a kid. And I said, I think my parents met there. Something inside me told me to say that. The next thing I know, he looks at me. He's like, is your dad named Lane Rolling? That's the name of my dad. I said, yes, that's my dad. He said, that's my brother's best friend.
Wow.
He called his brother. That night, his brother called me. Or that night, his brother called my dad. My dad called me for the first time. And come to find out, my dad was living in the jungles of Peru.
Okay.
He was studying infectious disease in the Amazon.
Oh, all right.
During that time, I was doing a lot of work on forgiveness. I was doing my own inner work. And I was like, you know what? This is an excellent opportunity to just forgive and allow for something new to flow in. And so the next year, this is 2009, 2010, I went to the jungles for the first time, and Peru started opening up to me as well. So in between like me pursuing my success, I would go down to the jungles of Peru. Finally, in 2016, when I took the big leap, that was the year I also decided that I wanted to share Peru with people. So I created Warrior Retreats. And Warrior Retreats was a gift. It was a part of it. So like, if it wasn't for me forgiving my father, Peru would have never become part of my life.
Yeah.
So from 2009 to 2016, I would go to Peru once a year, and Peru was like a big part of helping me heal my wounds from growing up on the streets, learning more about myself, learning about the lands, helping myself like grow, and also learning the power of service. Because what my father did down there was he'd go in the hospitals, and it was in the hospitals where he would work with people and show love and show service. And in doing that, it really inspired me to be a person who lives of service as well.
Yeah, okay. That's beautiful. So everything is connected, and you were able to forgive your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's tough. Like, honestly, people are always like, well, you were able to forgive him. Every day, forgiveness is a process, but forgiveness is a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Hate is heavy.
Yeah, it's true. It's not easy to forgive. And also, I think we have to forgive ourselves also. And yeah, I think sometimes it's the first step, to forgive yourself and to be kind with yourself, and then to be able to forgive everyone. And it's easy to forgive people that you love, but when it's someone that you had a very big fight, or it's really hard.
Yeah.
But it's open a lot your heart, and after you just add a lot of love inside you, and it's okay. You're very peaceful. And you said something also, I would like you to talk a little bit about it. It's protect your dharma. Because when, for example, myself, I'm trying to create something, so it's like the beginning, and I have a vision, I have a dream, but it's step by step, and I'm challenging myself a lot. And sometimes I talk a lot about it, and sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't talk so much about it, because I have to protect my dream, and not to share it always with everyone, and especially when you are not in a good environment. So what do you think about it?
You have to protect your dharma at all costs. Protect the dharma, and the dharma will protect you. Protect your dreams, and your dreams will protect you. Protect your vision will protect you. Protect your love, and your love will protect you. And it's like, the dharma is so important. It's our path, it's our purpose, it's our calling, and it's sacred. And each one of us has this unique calling that we have, and we have to protect it, because it's the universe, it's God trying to express through us. And the truth is for something to be birthed that has never been birthed, it requires a very, very beautiful environment to allow it to blossom, especially when it's just new. When something's new, it's not strong yet, like a seed that you plant of a tree. At first, the seed's fragile. The little leaf, the little sproutling pops through the ground. It could be stomped on. It could be like squished. It could be wounded. But eventually, as the nutrients seep into the tree, and the right environment seeps into the seed, and the sunlight and the rain and the water and the root systems begin to drop, the tree grows stronger and stronger, to eventually nobody can touch the tree because it's so strong. So when I speak of protecting the dharma, I speak of it like that. If you have a seed of a dream, if you have an inspiration, if you have a vision that's super like sacred, especially if it's new, it's so important to protect it. And then eventually grows to be able to protect you. Protect it at first, and then eventually it gets so big that it protects you back.
Ah, yeah, okay, I got it. And so the importance of the environment and people around you,
Yeah.
because I did a lot of change in my life, like in the past year, and I change a lot my environment. I'm still trying to change more and more every day, and I think it's really, you're talking a lot also about it, to be surrounding by the good people around you.
So important.
Yeah.
Nooses, anchors, and lifelines. So like
Yeah.
put people into three categories. Nooses are people that are super like strangle you out. Energy is just too much. Anchors are people that weigh you down, and lifelines are people that inevitably build you up to a higher level of expression. And I've noticed, like, as you're walking this path, one's walking this path of their dreams, if they don't have some people around them that are lifelines, it's going to be very challenging to bring one's dream to life. It's already hard enough to like go after our goals and dreams. It's already hard enough just to like bring something to life. But if you got 100 kilograms of weight on your back,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible. It's true. Yeah, it's nearly impossible. So that's what you did, because you grew up in a hard environment. So how did you do? I mean, you have to fight. It was a battle, but then you might be sometimes very lonely. Or
Yeah,
yeah.
everything, everything. I've experienced it all: pain, hope, despair, heartbreak. But it's all a part of the path. They're all teachers, you know. They're all professors in a university. All the lessons, all the setbacks, they're all there to teach us. And you just eventually learn. So like a lot of what I teach is not because I read it in a book. A lot of
Mm.
it is because I learned it from
Yeah,
going
it's true.
from
Yeah, it's true that we are learning a lot through pain and through suffering. Because when you are all the time, I think when you are all the time happy, it's okay, but you are not learning so much. And you know, because when you can feel something very painful, you're like, oh, I need to figure out, I need to change, I need to uplift, I need to,
right,
to
yeah,
learn.
right.
And also, we need also, I think, to manage our emotion. And one of the key is the meditation.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and so to me, the warrior, it was for myself the most challenging part of the Warrior 30 challenge, because I'm meditate, but not like 20 minutes or
Right.
And so right now it's day 28, and I did this like every day. And yeah, really. And so it's changed a lot. And it's right now it's become a habit, like a routine. And so what was your story with the meditation? Because first you grew up in Vegas, then you learned psychology, then you became a coach, a sport coach.
Yeah.
And when did you meet meditation, and what it changed for you?
I met meditation when I met my first master teacher. His name is Sri Dharma Mitra.
Okay.
Very powerful yogi. And after every yoga class, we would drop into meditation, and I just start seeing how 10 to 15 minutes of focusing on my breath, focusing on being centered, focus on being present would just really change my whole entire vibration. It would change my whole entire environment, and it would like really up level me and make me inspired after I would leave that. And I also noticed how the more and more I meditated, the more strong my mind got, the more
Mm.
strong my presence got, and the more strong my heart got.
Mm.
It's like meditation was helping me tap back into truth rather than my conscious mind. I was able to go into my subconscious and start to make the changes. And now it seems like everybody's talking about meditation, but like 4 or 5 years ago, people were like, meditation is weird. Or like, why are you
Yeah.
meditating? Why are you doing yoga? And so a part of the Warrior 30 to do the meditation was super important because it's bigger than just being strong. It's more important than just being successful. You have to be mentally sound. And once the mind is strong and the body's strong and the heart is strong, those are really like the most beautiful fuels for the Dharma.
Yeah,
But if
it's
those
true.
are not strong, it's hard to even know the Dharma or how to take care of the Dharma or even how to protect the Dharma, because maybe if you don't meditate, the mind's everywhere, all these distractions are in, or if you're not healthy, the body doesn't feel energized, or if you're not grateful, you're not going to be tuned into a frequency of abundance. You're going to be like, oh man, it's so bad, this is bad, this is bad, that is bad. That's all dream.
Yeah. It's true. It's really powerful and it helps to be focused
Yeah.
and to be present. And I did my meditation just before the interview, just to be much more present, focused, and connecting with you. And so yeah, it helped a lot. And I know that it's gonna change a lot for me, and I'm not gonna end up at the end of the challenge, because the challenge is a key, and also it's a key for the rest. It's not just 1 month. And so how did you had the idea of doing this challenge? How it started for you?
On 2 days before I launched the challenge, I told all my friends, well, first I put an Instagram post up and I just said, hey, everybody, I'm thinking about doing a 30-day challenge. If I get 100 people to say yes, I'll do
Okay.
it. And we got 180 people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this challenge. I was like, how do I want to do this? I told some of my friends were like, you're crazy, man. I was like, I told this guy that I was possibly going to do business with, he's like, you got to figure out how to make money. I was like, I don't want to make money off of it. I want to give from my heart. I want to give this out of love. The day before the challenge started, the person who was supposed to help me do it dropped out.
Oh.
She didn't call me back the whole entire day. And I was like, wow. And at 8 p.m., the night before the challenge, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, should I do this? I had nothing done. And I just meditated and I prayed, God, I want to be in service for the next 30 days. And I have an idea and I want to help these people really unlock. And I'm going to give you my everything. Help me share. And then just like that, an idea came to me and I started putting it together in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then I posted it, and all of a sudden, like, next thing you know, by the next day, 500 plus people. Warrior 30 challenge, Warrior 30 challenge, Warrior 30, Warrior 30, Warrior 30. I was like, whoa. And then, like, I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, I'm going to give everything I got to this challenge. And that's what happened. Like,
It's crazy. It's like you're super busy on Instagram right now.
Crazy busy on Instagram. Super inspirational and super, like, just super honored to be on the path to share. And like I said, just like Warrior Retreats is not mine, it was given to me. Warrior 30 is not mine. It was given to me as a method, a mechanism, given to me by my Dharma as a way to serve.
Yeah.
I noticed that when you honor your Dharma honors you.
Yeah.
And this is what the Warrior 30 was, is it allowed me to honor my Dharma. Because a lot of people knew me from, like, being a Nike master trainer, just being on, or in my Instagram sphere. But a lot of people never knew I was, like, more than a trainer.
Yeah.
Really see me speak or express my ideas or my philosophies or my stories. They just see, like, push-ups, yoga, push-ups. So this Warrior 30 allowed me to really actually connect my true self to everyone else. And it's been just beautiful. I feel like I have a new family.
Yeah, and also you were able to connect with all the, mastery, all the people. Yeah. And it's crazy, because it's like, so many people around the world. And and I met really inspiration with all the mastery also. And now I'm following a lot of people. And so, it's really nice for us. It's really, really, it's like a real gift. And you say one day, I think you said that without you, there is no us. That's it?
Without you all, there is no me.
Yeah, so I like this, it's like it's more than you. It's not just about you, it's about everyone.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and do you know how many we are right now following the challenge?
500 plus.
500 plus. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot.
Yeah, that's
Some
a
people
lot.
are active, some people are not active. Some people are like every day. Some people are
Yeah.
like, hey, Branden, doing the challenge quietly.
But myself, I'm doing it like very serious all the time, but I'm not always sharing because I think it's also between me and myself.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, and sometimes I like to share, but sometimes I like to keep things for myself. And what's changed a lot for me, it's also about gratitude, because I am I'm writing a journal, a lockdown journal, like every day. And I start before the challenge, and right now I'm starting every night with my gratitude, and I feel the difference in my journal, because right now it's much more positive, light, and and
Yeah,
so I can feel it. And even if it's hard for me, it's for everyone, I think. For me it's hard, the lockdown, but it's hard, but also I'm learning a lot. And the gratitude is really a key to to upliftment, abundance, and to everything like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It is the key.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you something also. You said that we have to be courageous because it's not for everyone. And sometimes we are going through a lot of pain, a lot of it's hard, it's like a roller coaster in your mind, and what can we do in this moment, when it's really, really, really hard? And
Sometimes when it's hard, we can be strong and we can push through. Sometimes when it's hard, we have to let go and be
mm,
destroyed in the process for a new part of us to evolve. The
mm,
key is to show up. There's a quote by Will Smith that I love. He says that the greatest gifts in life are found on the other side of fear.
yeah.
Greatest gifts God has for us are on the other side of fear. And courage means that we step into fear regardless. Even if there is fear, we step forward. And what we end up finding usually is that once we step into fear, the fear dissolves and the gift unveils itself.
Mm,
For example, I used to, it's so funny, like so many people now are like, oh, Branden, you're a great public speaker. You can speak so well and so many things. There was time 8 years ago, I couldn't even speak in public.
really? Wow.
I was like, super scared to talk. I would go like to speak at presentations. I'd be like shaking and like, I don't know. This is, and then I would choke, and then I'd be like for weeks, be like, oh my God, I choked. My life is over. Everybody is gonna remember this for the rest of my life as the guy who choked at the speech. But I kept doing it. I kept stepping into my fear, and the next thing you know, just started being able to express in a very cool way, and it just continues to happen because I continue to step into that space of power.
Yeah, it's like fear. It's a bridge, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Great point.
And yeah, more we have to do it more and more, and it's like going out of your comfort zone. I think we are not going out it's grows more and more.
Yep.
And for me, example, it was really challenging to contact you and to do this interview, because I'm not also, my English is not perfect, and I'm new, and but I want to do it, because when I'm doing this, when I'm doing interview, when I'm challenging myself, after I have so much, so much love for myself, and so much I feel, I am proud. And I think, yeah, I'm trying to do like every day a small action, something a little bit challenging, Because if I'm not challenging myself, I'm not gonna go anywhere, So
That's the whole purpose of the Warrior 30 challenge is like, get out of your own way. Even
yeah,
today's challenge, day 28, was mastery. It was like,
yeah,
share your gift. And I know a lot of people are like, me? Me a master? No, 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 no. Maybe you, maybe them, but not me. And it's like, no, you,
yeah,
share, because it's how we bring our highest expression to life. Our
yeah.
dreams need to be shared.
Yeah, I listened to it. I like it. You said that every black belt was once a white belt,
Yes, every
and
black wants a white belt.
that we are always in the same time student and teacher. And because I'm learning a lot, but also I'm sharing a lot. So for some people right now, I'm like a teacher, and also I am a student also. And I think it's the key to success is to be always to learn new things. For me, never stop learning. So for you, what are you learning right now? And I would like to know a little bit about your project, because you are doing a lot of new things. So do you have any new project coming on?
Yeah. One of my big projects, well, I'm training a lot of people. I'm fusing a lot of Western and Eastern modalities. So
Okay.
working with body work, working with Tai Chi, yoga, meditation, Thai massage, sports performance stuff, and psychology with my clients. I'm
Okay.
creating a thing called Warrior Weekends, where I'll have this beautiful house in California, and I'm going to invite a whole bunch of people up every once a month to dive into workshops and mindset and amazing food and connection and bringing the tribe and the masters together.
Nice.
Also am working on a book called I Love You, and the book is
Oh,
called I Love You, The Teachings.
wow.
And it's about the power of love and about a power of a guy coming from the streets to eventually finding his heart and being able to share it in a very powerful way. So the book is going to be called I Love You. And
Nice.
other than that, just, yeah, continuing to like pour into people. It's like I went on this crazy journey, and now I'm kind of back as a teacher, a young teacher,
Mhm.
but a teacher.
Yeah, it's wow, it's amazing. Really nice project. And where do you know if there's gonna be a new warrior retreat in Peru?
Yeah,
When?
100%. Hopefully this year. We have to see how everything goes right now, because Peru is being hit very hard with
Yeah.
Corona. But Warrior Retreats 6 will be coming. And when it comes, it's going to be a powerful experience.
Yeah, I would like to do it really. So
It's a powerful experience. It's like
yeah,
unlike anything anybody has in the world. 17 days.
yeah. Wow, 17 days.
Yeah, Warrior Retreats.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, I check already the website and all, and also I saw the pictures, and I'm like, okay, I would like to do it. So I'm gonna, I put this in my mind like an intention, and I will see. I will.
Wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, I would like to. And what I learned from myself during this lockdown is that I am much more powerful than was I expected, in like.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful to have met you. Thank you so much for sharing your light as well, and always like checking up on me, and also just giving your energy to the collective of Warrior 30. It really means a lot.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Branden. And do you have like few words you would like to share before the end of the interview? Because I can talk for hours, but
Yeah, I think the most important thing that I'm trying to emphasize to everybody is that everything you're looking for is not outside of you. It's not outside of us. It's right here.
Mm.
And we have to sometimes remember who we are, because we forget. As kids, we're pure. Everything's, and then we become adults and we become wounded, and we forget that we are miracles. We are amazing. And the most important thing that I'm trying to emphasize with this whole Warrior 30 challenge is that I want people to see themselves with a proper perspective. Whoa, I am a miracle, like a Macarena almost. Miracle.
Yeah.
You know? And once, like, wow. Because once you realize that, all of a sudden, the power starts to come. And take these techniques, the training, the meditation, the gratitude, the study, to learn how to like harness the power of our miraculousness. So one thing I just want to like say to people who are listening to this is tune inside, do the work, love yourself like it was your most cherished lover, your soulmate, but you. Take care of yourself like you're the most priceless gem ever, or a Lamborghini edition with the best fuel and the best polish and the best self-care. And when you do that, when we do that, inevitably it opens up the world to express our dharma in a really beautiful way.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Branden. And for the last day of the Warrior 30 challenge, let's do the I am a miracle choreography.
Miracle.
Let's do this. And yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank you. And because you are helping me a lot during this moment, I'm learning a lot about myself. And thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being so humble. And I remember also that you sent me a vocal message on Instagram at the beginning of the challenge. And it was, it was just crazy because I was like, wow, Branden Collinsworth is sending me a voice message, and so thank you because you took time to do this. You took time to do this challenge, and now you can see 1 month later the impact and the importance of this. And so you bring me a lot of hope, joy, and happiness in my life. And so thank you again. Take good care of yourself, and I wish you a lot of luck for all the Instagram stuff, and and talk to you soon, I hope. And I hope to meet you one day in reality. Can be nice.
Thank you for being you. Thank you for having me on your show. Congratulations.
Thank you.
10 more days of the Warrior 30 challenge.
Yes.
Go.
Let's do it. But it is just the beginning,
This is just the beginning. It's May 3rd, 2020. Never has been, never will be again. A day like this in the history of the entire world, so it should be celebrated. Boom.
Yeah. Ciao. Bye-bye. And all in and all in.
All in on all in. Yes.